Hey, so we're like an hour and 7 minutes? Yeah, an hour and 7 minutes late. I was eating a bento box picnic with the witch, just kind of looking out at the rain and the dark, and time got away from me. My bad. But time is already a slippery concept for me, maybe for you. And given that usually who I've got watching is like one or two friends, I think we'll be all right. We'll worry more about that if anyone else stops by with any kind of regularity. So to our preamble. During the last one, I said aeroframe, and I meant airframe, and that's whatever. It's a small thing, but you know me. I also had an unfinished thought. I made fun of a guy for saying ethological, and I didn't say why. If there's a science that I am farthest from, it's the study of animals and their behaviors, and that is what ethology is. A study of animal behavior under natural conditions. And, that's not what the NPC wants us to do. If it was, we'd just be taking pictures and observing from a distance. The quote, boring part of science where you just write things down. But what he wants us to do is stick them with a dart and scan their DNA, which has absolutely nothing to do with behavior and everything to do with sticking them with a dart and scanning their DNA. I think that's about it for right now for the preamble. So short preamble today, which I guess works out. I know you can't wait to get to gym. We're having a gym jamboree. Minus the gym jams, of course, because they keep disabling those on me. Alright, we should have noise. We should have eyes. Shortly, anyway. We'll find out. There it is. Okay. We want our latest autosave. And here we are. Shh, quiet, the loading. You don't want to spook it. You don't want to spook it while it's loading. Okay. Oh, are we still saving the base? Maybe. It sounds like we would be, right? Oh, we didn't get to read these before. You can help build the future. Nevik. Building your new world. Visit San Giovanni. I don't want to. I don't like hot places. Other classes of storms. Doesn't tell us much. Emperor clearly the largest. Don't do it. Drinking on the job is against Nevik regulation C-253.21 and will result in disciplinary action not limited to suspension without pay or contract termination. Workplace safety begins with you, Nevik. I don't know, even after all of this stuff that they claim Nevik is guilty of, I don't think that I would... Oh, secondary data and secondary panel area. Okay. I don't know that I would be hesitant about signing up for them. Like, the first colony here definitely got shafted. I don't know that there was a cover-up still. And again, they're not going to care until you take it out of their wallet, so go back to Earth, sue. Just because it's called a mess hall doesn't mean you should leave a mess. Clean up after yourself. They're right. Oh, Nevik potato chips. They got their own potato chips. Okay, I assume that's a heater. That same meal is still cooking. Icy floors. Danger. That guy's still just jogging around. I can't shoot anything, so I assume we're just good. And the music is just still feeling the vibe. Goodbye. No, actually, I'm going the same way. Okay, so to the main deck. Shh. Just a moment. Okay.
Nice to see everything still running as smooth as ever.
I knew you're still alive.
So where the hell you been?
So, you fought a G-class acrid, fell down the side of a mountain, landed on the other side of Shack's Peak, and somehow survived for 2 weeks before you got back into comm range?
Thankfully, the rig was flush with rations and ammo. Lucky timing, I guess.
I don't know if you've got a good luck charm or you are one.
Funny how often luck feels just like getting my ass kicked.
Jim, you know, I take you at your word, of course, but I'm sensing there's a little more to your story.
Well, now that you mention it, there is this.
What is... Where did you find that?
I'm sensing that you already know the answer to that.
Don't toy with me, Peyton. What did you find?
Why don't you tell me what I found? We're the first humans to set foot on this planet, so obviously I didn't find some 50-year-old Nevek base, did I?
Keep your voice down.
Is that really all you have to say?
No. It's important you understand something, Jim. Keeping the first colony under wraps wasn't my idea. It's one of the terms I had to agree to for Nevek to greenlight this mission in the first place. Perception is vital to their interests. I'll go to great lengths to conceal such a debacle. Coronis was set to land far, far from the original site, but the storm forced us down here. Nearer to the truth than I could have even ever hoped.
Hoped? Why would you hope for this?
That's why. General Charles Braddock, commander of the 1st Neo-Venus Colonial Expeditionary Force.
Your old man led the first colony.
Led it, and lost it. And he was never the same. Something happened here. Something you would never talk about.
Right, so... you're here to what? Fulfill your father's dreams? Redeem his failures?
I'm here to solve the energy crisis. And maybe get some answers with your help. Consider this an opportunity. A standing contract for further investigation. Not for Coronis, but for me personally. And I'll pay a premium for your ongoing discretion.
So I get to lie to everybody, too?
If a word of this reaches Nevek, they'll take back the whole operation. Put it under paramilitary command. I hate lying to the men, Jim, but it's for their own good. Trust me.
I'll see what I can see.
Okay, so it's revealed that Braddock did know, but he has his own reasons. Still, you know, they say that Nevek is willing to go to great lengths to cover it all up. And you know, he had, yeah.
Supply drop came in while you were away, and if I'm not mistaken, we got all the parts we need for a couple of major upgrades to your rig. One of them's a gas torch. I've got some contracts for you on the new pipeline, so I need you ready to do some welding. The other upgrade? Well, I'll just let Gale show you that one.
Okie doke, we got some stuff to do with our space truck. Anyway, it still seems to me that if perception is as vital to their whole operation as they say it is, then this is still easy for them to spin and to throw money at to make it go away. And I don't... You know, so we found the survivors, great. You could easily argue, particularly in the court of public opinion, that you had every reason to believe they were deceased. That it would be unreasonable to think that they were anything but.
You looking for something specific?
I don't know yet, Birdie. I don't know yet. I gotta see what you got. We got the stock upgrade. That's a scope that I don't need. Disc grenades. Okay. Well, we now have extra grenades that we can purchase, extra types of grenades, I should say. And looks like we can add a slot for an extra grenade as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
You can never carry enough grenades if you ask me.
Birdie, a fan of explosives.
Thanks, Jim. You keep fighting a good fight.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Anyway, so it seems to me to be in Nevik's best interest to evacuate the colonists that would like to be evacuated, which I'd imagine is a larger percentage than they would let on, and set them up real pretty. You know, pay them back pay, all that stuff.
Man alive,
Yep.
Jim. I'm glad you're back. It was a long couple of weeks. Of course I told him you'd make it. Never a doubt in my mind.
Oh, won't Braddock be happy? His favorite back from the dead.
LaRoche is happy to see you too. Hey, major upgrade time for you. Parts came in for an acetylene torch. Sexy, right? I can slap that together in no time. But the other upgrade, it's gonna take significant surgery, but you're gonna love it. Consider it a little welcome home gift from Braddock and yours truly. Your chassis is a Dynasty 2 swing arm. Platform compatible. All the access holes line up and everything if we want to fully convert. You game?
I trust you, Gale. And if you hurt her, I'll cut your arms off.
Sweet!
Okay, well, that's, again, Dad of Wayne. So yeah, you know, you'd win PR points by saying, hey, our second expedition found the first one. Because it's not like there aren't families on Earth right now that know that their loved ones are missing, right?
This is it, Jim.
And that they were Nevik employees.
Your rig can now transform into a drilling platform. The suspension might feel a little tighter, and sorry about that, but you're gonna lose your mind when you see what your rig can do now. LaRoche, no begging for one. Giving you enough chances.
Fancy but useless, huh? What good is a drilling platform without knowing the location of deep thermal pockets?
Shush! You're ruining the high. Jim, you were also officially upgraded with the Mitchell Industries oxyacetylene torch. Dual 150 oxygen regulators with a custom thermodyne cutting tip. It's a small flame for welding and cutting, so don't expect to melt the environment with it. It's pretty pyro-proof. Gotta say, proud of this one. Just check the valve reseals on the cylinder from time to time.
And the Frankenstein rig keeps growing.
Yeah.
LaRoche, can I have a second alone with Gale?
Ah, I don't want to be here for this anyway. Au revoir.
Okay, bye.
Listen, Gale, can you look at getting a replacement for this purifier?
Dude, this is like 50 years old. I don't think a modern day replacement would work with wherever this came from. But I can look at repairing it for you.
Well, there we have it. Gale, working on a water purifier. I'm not sure why it needs to be purified and not just, like, boiled, distilled. They seem to have access to a thermal vent, but maybe there's some kind of mineral content that I'm not aware of that fucks it up.
Truth, Jim. How did you survive in the wild for 2 weeks?
Oh, no big story to tell. Fell off a cliff, nearly died, got rescued by a beautiful snow princess who magically healed me at her secret hideaway. Pretty much what you'd expect.
Nice. Points for creativity. I'll get the real story out of you when I get the purifier repaired. Busting out the welding goggles.
He's busting them out. Alright. So, we can extend our winch. We can also get a double arm bash, but for now we're going to want to just extend this.
Yep. More reach for your winch.
Because we'll be crawling all over the place. We have a whole lot of side quests to do. And this will result in probably enough thermal energy and found parts to finish off upgrading our rig.
Always a pleasure, my man.
As well as whatever the fuck else we happen to be doing at the time. Okay. Tag 10 of them. We'll see if we even find 10. Anyway, we want to start with this. Yeah, that's what I was saying about kind of buying their way out of this. That seems to be a common thing that people overlook when they tell corporate conspiracy theories. Is that if there is already a human cost and it's one that you can't really cover up, then throwing money at it becomes an option.
Upgraded. Test it out on a deep core T energy reservoir in the North Plains. Braddock out.
Okay. I'll get right on that, I swear. Oh, I did wanna... Because this is fine and all, but eh. It seems like this is kind of the best all-around go-to. Up we go. We're in. There we go. We've got our gym jams. We've got our fast travel. Well, it's only in Bailey's Crossing. Well, that's easy.
Got a problem?
Damn it, Gil!
Oh, sorry, dude. Did you not know I was here?
Do you not remember the conversation we had about personal boundaries?
No, I really don't.
Of course you don't.
Jim, I don't remember that conversation. Also, how did you not know he was there? This is a small space, Jim. You said it yourself. Yep. Our big metal yo-yo keeps working. Let's see here. That's right, it's the arrow keys. Guessing it's in this kind of space that we weren't able to really fuck around with before. Oh, hey. Okay. Have we scanned one of these yet? I'm really not sure. Let me get on out and do exactly that. Oh, well, we're Capcom locked for the moment. There we go. Maybe, maybe not, but we'll get this one. And then we'll finish boxing it. Okay. We did it. Vorg. It's a Vorg. Now we know. I don't know if this will work. I guess we'll find out. Seems to. Seems to. Yeah, right into the mouth, huh? Kinda fucked up, Jim. Well, now we know all about that. And that'd be that, quote, magnetic plate. There's nothing in that. Okay. breakable ice apparently with no reason. That may be one of the critters we're looking for. Yeah, an albino Tarka. Got him. 1 DNA sample. Oh, well, that's certainly something.
What have I done? My meddling all but did this poor man in. I have applied the treatments, and he may yet survive. But how much longer will he sleep? I am certain only of this. There will be consequences for what I have done.
Okay, I guess that's a log from when Mira stuck the little machines to us. Those are proto-harmonizers, by the way. That's what they are. Eventually, they would go on to be the thing on Wayne's wrist and the thing on our temp's wrist. Anything else here? Not really. Is that seriously all that's down here? Looks like it. Looks like it. I'm finding this hard to believe, hard to swallow. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it was all for a better angle on the albino acrid there. Well, up we go. Let's see if we have any kinds of clues on this. First colony power plant. Okay. So is that here? Yeah. Yes, it would seem so. It would seem that it is to the south. I don't think it's in there. So do they mean this way? No, that doesn't make sense. Have I moved on the map? I don't trust how accurate this map is. Okay, well, we'll poke around. Let's see. I think this says entering Coronis when we touch it. Yeah. Okay, that's White Canyon Junction, that's Bailey's Crossing. So Bailey's Crossing is where we want to be. It's not that one spot that we found with the pumps, so we'll have to continue to poke around here. But not to worry, we are still traveling men. Oh, every time, huh? Okay. I'm down. third one apparently staggers it. Good to know. There we are, we're being told we should never miss a good chance to shut up. Go. And we've done it again. There were those who said we would never make it this far. Look at us now. Okay. So this we've poked. Is this what we're looking for, this big hole here? Or does this just go somewhere else? That may go where we want to be? Oh, no, is the... okay. So this we know goes to Marshall's Gorge, because we tried to go this way previously. This spot up here that we can grapple hook to, well, winch, yo-yo arm, may be what we're looking for. And again, this sort of stuff wouldn't be a problem if they would have, during the early game, had us actually do that middle part and run around and get to know the terrain. Looks like a storm is a-brewing. Also, hey, good thing that we bought that extension, huh? Well. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we end up needing. Down we go, finally. A moment or two to just sort of fuck around. I wish we could do it as someone other than Jim. That would be nice. A man who doesn't even take his jams on his personal wrist computer with holograms and shit all over it. The jams can't eat up that much battery, although they are his hot ones, so... Still just ammunition, I'm sure. Alright. Oh, okay. Well, now we must use this. We won't be going in or out the same way, apparently. So new routes all around. Oh yeah. Well, this looks like somebody's drinking chamber. Here we are. A lot of this stuff still has lights on. Well, definitely a dead body. We got a flask.
I hoped to be wrong, my brother. But from up here, I can see it was worse than I feared. There are limits to our science, don't you remember? Don't you know when you have seen something beyond true comprehension? A piece of something divine? Whatever our oaths, our contracts, how could you see what we saw and still lead them to her? Still, Soichi, I'm sorry I'm not there to help you. It is my weakness, my failing to have rescued your fate. May we forgive one another in the next life.
Okay, so apparently Soichi's brother. That's one. I don't know. Yeah, that was Juro Katsuragi. We got that. So we still have not found our first one. We're working on that part. Found another one instead, by accident. And this is evidently not going to lead us to where we want to be. But all right, we'll continue looking. That guy looks like he was just trying to survive on nothing but alcohol, doesn't it? I don't know how he figured that was going to work. Or frankly, how he managed to get that much alcohol there. That was a lot of bottles. But we'll never know. Juro is, in fact, quite deceased. And probably well preserved. I mean, that motherfucker pickled himself. Alright. I see that animation is going to be ongoing. It looks like we'd be able to fuck around there, doesn't it? We're not. We're not able to. Okay. So, through the other passageway, I guess? Sideways paper, swagger, and strut. Yeah, every time. Well, I mean... For real though, like why now? Why not during the game, you know? Like, if it weren't for all the side quests, we would be quite close to just wrapping this up. Come on. Okay. It didn't want to that time. Give me that back. I'm not done with it. And now I want this one too. They seem a little bit large to be like anything that comes in colony, right? Like I'm not sure what it is that they would be eating. It's implied that that acrids eat other acrids, but like all of them though? And are there enough acrids to sustain an entirely cannibalistic fucking ecosystem? Workforce.
Sorry, I worried you.
Yeah, the bug workforce.
Found myself off the grid for a spell. Nothing I planned on. It's a long story, and you'll hear it, I promise. Just stay strong, doll. Talk soon.
Okay, I mean, there you go. No, this is that one cavern, isn't it? Is there anything up there? Is there a reason for me to fuck around? I don't know. Oh. We're beeping. So I guess there is a spot where we may... There it is. Plant a post. Stay over there. Well, okay, it didn't stop me, so that's fine. Now we know, yes, there was a reason to fuck around over here. It looks like those are on infinite spawn. Katya's Requiem. That's... Alright. Couldn't catch who that was by, but I don't think this is one we've heard before. Jim may have, in fact, downloaded new Jim Jams. Alright, well, that's something.
Wow, this is looking like a fine place for a deep core reservoir.
Sure. We're deploying the extraction platform.
Gail Holden, what have you done? Crazy, crazy person.
Yeah, let's see this.
That's bananas. Gail, do you copy?
Jim? Let me guess. You just put Gertie into platform mode, didn't you? Is that not insane?
You've outdone yourself this time, no doubt about it.
Where did this come from?
A limited amount of time before thermal pressure collapses the pocket. So keep the rig functioning at all times to get every last drop of T energy. The rig won't self-repair while platform, so you'll have to make repairs by hand.
Wait, why will I need to make repairs?
About that. See, the deep core drilling causes intense vibration, so you'll likely attract, every acrid in the area. Probably should have mentioned that earlier. Whoops, have fun, gotta go.
Okay, but where did this enormous fucking drill come from? That just doesn't make sense. So kind of like the other methods of harvesting thermal energy, this one, it's a fine idea, but in practice it's not terribly entertaining to do. Alright, You know, I'm just kind of popping them as they come, and I'm sure there will be more later, but wave defenses in general are just not something that I'm the biggest fan of. I get their utility, but the gameplay has to be compelling first, and this is just serviceable, not compelling. Like, there's not terribly many ways to be good at Lost Planet, and specifically not Lost Planet 3. You either hit the target or you don't. Your loadout has little to do with anything. It's largely personal preference, unless it's apparently the explosive weapons in the game, where they just sort of don't function. Or at least they don't function in any reasonable way. Hey, get off my ship. Off. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. I kind of want to get those ones that shoot off the thing first. The others got to make their way over, you know what I mean? Time spent traveling is time spent not slapping my shit. And potentially extending the time that I have to spend here. There we go. For these smaller ones, I'm not entirely certain how it is that they would harm the rig. They don't really have the tools for it. You know, they're not magic, and they can't immediately break apart my people body, so I don't know what the thinking is there. Weird. Maybe the AI broke. Or it's just time for another wave. I'm wondering, do I have to wait until it's completely fucked to repair it, or is there a specific spot? Oh, here we go. There's a specific spot you have to go to. Yeah, these two. I don't get what their plan is. Twofer. Space takes a wind-up. It's not something that I really care for in my dodge mechanics. That means that I've got to anticipate and kind of try to figure out what the game thinks is good timing. Been kind of a recurring issue. Because ultimately, I don't know what Capcom wants, you know, kind of at any point in time. Yeah, hey, get off that. Okay. Well, bye. I'm sure it's because we'll be encountering more shit soon. They've got to go despawn. And I'll just do this. Sounds like things are happening. Reload, please. Oh, it's one of these. Well, we know what to do with this. There's one. news. Well, we've reloaded. There we go. Sure, come get it. Had to move that out of the way. Sure. And we've done it again.
Got it, Peyton.
Peyton still got it. I don't know about you, but I feel extremely accomplished. There's another game where a whole lot of the PvE was based on this. It was Firefall. Some people may have played it. I know I did, certainly in the early days.
Peyton, deep drilling's complete.
Deep drilling's complete.
Excellent work, Jim.
James, it's Roman. It's time we met on that topic we discussed earlier. In fact, it's urgent. Come see me at my pod as soon as you're able.
Yeah, as soon as I'm able. I'm still trying to figure out where the fuck to go to get this. So that's the crash site. Roman's Pond, Pickett's Folly, Camp of the Forgotten. Oh, well, that's not the fucking power plant at all, is it? The power plant is by Marshall's Gorge. I don't know why it would put that there. Why would it put the marker there? There's not even like a way to get to the power plant from there. That's so fucking weird. Okay. And then, of course, that's Pickett's Folly, the security installation, Diaz's old post, North Plains clearing post. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll snag those while we're fucking around. So, what's the best way to get at this fucking thing? We know that Pickett's Folly might lead towards the power plant. We know that Shackleton's Peak might also lead towards the power plant, right? Let's see where our fast travel spits us out. Because this map, boy, this map. Anyway, Firefall in its early days was something that I had a whole lot of fun with. You would deploy these things called thumpers and sort of, yeah, let's go to Marshall's Gorge and see what the fuck where it puts us. And this would start an event like that one. Holokai something. Now Marshall's Gorge just puts us here, huh? Is there a route I'm missing to the power plant? Am I just crazy? We'll go to Bailey's Crossing again and see if there's, like, if I'm just fucking nuts. Anyway, you would start an event like that, where you would call down this drilling platform from orbit, and basically anyone who decided to tag along would also get some kind of reward for participating. The thumper was yours to make and maintain, and you would also prospect via this seismic hammer, which would, you know, you'd slap the ground with it and the vibrations would tell you what kinds of materials were buried underfoot. And depending on the materials you had picked up, you could give your equipment different properties at the 3D printer and so on and so forth. Some were better at dispersing, absorbing, and directing heat. Others were more efficient and effective at focusing energy charges. You get the idea. But it allowed you to, within your frame, that's the thing that the player characters wore, to tweak what it was that it was good at, along with just providing, you know, like your standard stat boosts and shit for RPG purposes. Later on, they switched to a loot-based system, and it fucking destroyed my interest in the game. You'd shoot a bunch of giant bugs, and eventually one of them might drop a fun gun for you to, you know, run around with, and it... Like, I never stopped asking the question, fucking why? Why did this bug drop this? And it seemed to just be that they were desperately chasing a population that was never going to be interested in the first place. Is this what we're looking for? I don't think I've been through here. Open. Oh, well, okay, that's 2 more that I don't have to purchase. I'll take it. Otherwise, no, that is not what we're looking for. That looks like shootable ice. Okay. Well, I can go up here, and I can steal this. And so I will. But of course, you know, surprising nobody. It's I ran for the hills when they decided to.
My head examined getting into
It's Diaz.
I told myself the money was too good to pass up. The opportunity too unique. That the devil I know is better than living on the street.
Okay.
Willing to leave their own people to die and cover up that a mission even happened. What's the limit? How do I know they won't just kill us all?
Well, because that would mean committing an act of murder, Diaz. It's different than just assuming everyone's dead and walking away. Like a lie of omission and a lie of commission carry a whole lot of, particularly in the world of slimy corporate shit. There's a huge difference as far as being taken to court over it. This one they could apologize for and make every gesture towards making it right and largely bury the incident. If they were to actually kill you and someone were to discover it, that's that. Then a whole lot of other things drop. But, you know, whatever. Anyway. So, on wave defenses, it's fine if you're going for a resource that, you know, you can only get from this one area and blah blah blah, but we have a whole lot of other things that we can do to get thermal energy. So this seems to just be another idea they had at the time, or something they thought would be cool. I don't see the purpose of adding it in here. Another important distinction is that, like, for Firefall particularly, you had your frames which were sort of representative of class. Not truly. It was more toolkits. It was equipment that had behaviors. You, the player, could snag any last one of them and fuck around with them as you pleased. But, you know, the same way that a sedan is not a rock crawler, certain classes were just... No, I should say classes of frames were just more suited to some tasks than others. That's about the only time that I can think of that a class distinction would be something that I wouldn't immediately reject. If it's in the realm of equipment, yes. Different tools for different jobs. But people are not tools, people are adaptable. And in fact, a whole lot of tools are adaptable outside of the the strict designations that like most fantasy games like to dole out. Anyway, that's tangential. So you could fuck with these things to give them capabilities outside of the norm. A little bit of reinforcement here, a different set of tools there, and what made the wave defenses interesting in Firefall as opposed to this was the variety of things that you could do. As Jim, well, I mean, you know, y'all have been here. You're looking at it. Jim don't do much. Jim run, Jim shoot, Jim listen to Jim jams. But he's not... There's nothing here that has any kind of flavor beyond click on boy till dead. The frames in Firefall would allow you to become airborne for extended periods of time. There are invisibility and turret kits and subdivisions within those. Sometimes it was like a blink teleport, sometimes it was like a move slower but you're stealthed, and the turrets, great big ones, explosive ones, close range ones, many small ones, your own kind of repair and management system for those. And so, you know, you'd pick a tool set, a rough tool set, and then get to tweak within that tool set, and that kept things fresh and interesting. You know, you could go out there and do things the way that you want to do them. That's that whole player identity and expression thing I harp on from time to time. Here we're stuck with Jim as our identity. And Jim is bland. This is fucking unfrosted mini wheats right here. Technically edible. Definitely serviceable as far as nutrition. Not my choice. So that's where we got the winch. We know that this other path is kind of closed off to us through Marshall's Gorge. That's Diaz. And that's Shackleton's. Oh, that's Diaz's old post, I should say. Maybe that's what it was marking here. Our post was full, and it didn't like anything else that I was trying to mark. Maybe it wants me to go fuck with Diaz's old post real quick. Who knows? Anyway, for Firefall, again, they had the traversal thing down pretty good, along with your frame choice, kind of feeding into how it is you could traverse. Mine, in particular, was the assault frame. I had big ol' rocket boots and a fucking projectile launcher that exploded on impact, so I was still playing Quake in a number of ways. And having myself a grand old time. So my rocket boots were a little bit better than most in that I could propel myself very high and very far without running out of rocket boot fuel. I also had several dashes and quick ascents and descents which would, you know, do their own thing. Leaving burning patches and all that other kind of, like, bonus stuff. We have to go through White Canyon to get to Diaz's post, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, they also had these glide pads, which you could manufacture and put down yourself, and provided you could climb high, you could then use a kind of pop-out glider, which functions similarly to what it is you see in any other game that's done this since then. I want to say Fortnite is one of the most recent ones where you have like your own personal glide-in thing. It's just that, you know, you would get to choose when to do it here. And this meant that you could traverse great big stretches by identifying high spots, climbing, and then gliding. And alternatively, there were, you know, updrafts and stuff to extend that glide in certain regions. You also had vehicles that you could manufacture to get around very quickly, and all of your stuff that you would place, like the thumpers to gather materials, would be kind of spawned in an orbital drop animation. Whoop. Big crab. It's a tan Gant. Yeah, I remember. Okay. The goop, yeah. He's a real goopster. That's right, I gotta remember not to step in it. But, you know, we don't have anything like that here, and that's part of what makes the, this in-between space that we're in a little bit less enjoyable. If we had based the game around what it is that they pitched us, you know, that mundane becoming the norm, then maybe we would have had more time to, or at least more impetus to consider what it is that that's going to look like in the long term. Because when people make something their business, for example, fighting crab monsters in the snow and getting to these otherwise inaccessible spots, they adapt their tools to do so. And we don't see that here. There's no quicker way to get around. We have a new grappling hook, but that's about it. And like our winch is not something that we can just use. It's in specific contexts only. They're not systems, they're prompts. And that's a genuine issue with games like this that have one set of ideas and then attempt to incorporate some kind of open world or freestyle play for any length of time. You find that the game is not built for that. It drags. Big thing that we're missing from the other Lost Planets as well is a variety of machine, aren't we? Like, our rig is cool, I like it, but there's just the one. And there's not much of a chance to fuck with it. You get upgrades that you get, and that's that. I can't say, I don't like the drill, I want a cutting wheel and have that have different properties. That's just not an option. I can't say, well, I don't want the drill platform thing, I want extra armor in blah 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 way, or I want to dedicate an entire arm to a shield. No, that's not really what I'm allowed to do. We have the option of making our 3-hit combo a little bit better. A shoulder bash, which I'm not sure what triggers it. I'll have to try and look that up. And otherwise just the game giving me new prompts to follow in accordance with wherever the fuck the plot has landed, where it's time for them to open up new areas. The benefit of designing for something a little bit more open to begin with is that you don't have to worry so much about when to open up a new area. The new area opens up when the player finds a fucking way to get there, and that's it. Even in games that aren't typically referred to as, quote, open world, there's not much stopping you from going anywhere that you fucking want in, say, a Souls game. You can get there if you can get there. That's the bottom line. If you took a wrong turn and managed to dodge roll and sneak and duck your way into Blighttown early, okay, that's where you are. If you got lost and fell down a ravine and wound up in the fucking crypt, okay, that's where you are. this tendency, and you know what, I may even be speaking fucking at a turn on like where those things are on the map. It's been ages since I played Dark Souls, particularly Dark Souls 1. But I do at least remember that at Firelink you can go any which way that you fucking want, and there's not like a you haven't passed this point in the plot, so no kind of thing going on. Anyway, the point being that if you let me kind of tool around at my own pace, I'll direct my own adventure, and my playthrough will be unique, as opposed to being something that I look up in just a walkthrough, or watch a walkthrough, or something similar like that, and don't have to think much about it. It allows me, the player, to participate in the adventure by directing where the adventure goes. And of course, like, this is important to get your player invested and then keep them invested, or at least you'd think it would be. But yeah, this tendency to be like, well, no, I want to curate the experience, and I'm going to send you here, and then I want you to see this, and I want you to go over here now, and blah blah. Fucking make a movie then. You've misunderstood what a game is. You know, it's, if you're going to direct the entire experience, you don't need me for that. It's a state of mind, and like the best term that I can come up with it, and even this is a little bit too unkind because I think it's more benign than I'm about to put. It's almost masturbatory, and it begins to feel like, if you're someone who plays games like I do, that I'm intruding. And you know, if I'm not wanted, I'm not wanted. I'm okay with bouncing. That's fine. I can fuck off and do something else. But I wish that more developers would look at their players not as an audience, but more as co-authors of what it is that's being presented. Games, at their core, to me anyway, are a collaborative thing. Anything else, you know, if I'm writing a book, I don't need you here to write the book. You can read it if you want. But I don't need you to read it either. I wrote it. That's it. I said what happened in there. Likewise, if I am making a movie, I don't need you to watch it. You can, if you want. But the making part, that's on, you know, me and the team that actually did the thing. And I truly don't know if it's just an issue of them being too precious with their creations, or like what the fucking deal is, but it's something I think about frequently. Just going, well, what is my part in this exactly? And if it's just to, you know, kind of paint by the numbers that you've laid out, then no, you can do it your goddamn self. You have an idea of what this is going to be when it's done. That's fine. So just go ahead and see your project through. I don't need to be present for that. Go ahead and stroke to the finish, if you will. That got the witch to groan. She wants to know why I'm happy about that, but we've been together for quite some time. She knows why I'm happy about that. I am hearing one of the little white ones, I think. Somewhere. You're somewhere. Where are you? Because according to that guy, we are constantly... I don't really know what it is that I scanned there. Ah. Is this just a bug stuck in the wall? Is that what I'm hearing? Looks like a leg. Yeah, I think it's just a bug stuck in the wall and it's trying to trick me. But its tricks don't work on me. Stick it out. There we go. We'll see if I still hear it in a little bit. I hear the fucking telephone post. That thing's making a ton of noise. Yeah, I guess it was just the one stuck in the wall. Okay, well, such is life. This place, yes. The witch wanted to know if this is gooey. Yeah, it's all goop. It's been gooped. Got him. Oh, another one popped out. Son of a bitch. They're wily. Fuck off. Again, like, at what point in time do these animals, and they are animals, right? That's what they're being depicted as? Recognize that it's kind of a bad idea to come over here. They even have communication. Like, they talk to each other. It's with the noise. The noise that Kenny found. I guess they're just up there. So that we can listen to them. Sure, whatever. Yep, okay. So let's see if the map lets me choose my own secondary objective now so that we can figure out how the fuck to get into this place. Yeah, now it does. Now it's fine. Now I can go ahead and do that. Okay, it seems to be reading from the bottom up, regardless of what it is that, like, I highlight. See, I highlighted something right there. Okay. Alright. Free ammunition. We'll see. Oh yeah, there's another fucking crab waiting for me. I'm not going to stop to fight this one. Just respawns it every time. They really want you to talk to these crabs. Still won't let me go over there. So whatever's over there is going to remain a mystery. Nah, bud. I'm not into it. I'm just not into it right now, okay? Eventually, when I unlock the fucking elevator there, then I'll come and talk to you as much as you want. But for right now, I just... it's whatever. Okay. Rude. That's not how to get people to like you, man. Yeah, you should just go home. Alright. Up we go. Yeah, this here. Eventually we'll be able to do a thing with this and open that, and that's an elevator. Icicles that reformed. Just while we were away. So, let's head to Shackleton's. On the off chance that it's not marking Dr. Roman, and it is marking where I mean to go as my primary. Okay. Sure. There we go. I wanted to get at least one of them. I don't know why he scooted out the back for this. We're clearly going to want to be shooting at them, Jim. Wonderful. Alright. We stabilize ourselves. And now... this. You gotta trace the crack. And a weld appears? Like there, you don't have a weld like a rod that you're using here. There's no actual metal being. This isn't how welding goes. You have to fuse the material like to another material. There's a rod involved, like a rod of actual metal that you're melting into place. You don't just make it hot and then it's together now. Also, why the fuck wouldn't this melt the snow? Like, are you sure? Are you sure? Okay.
Hi.
That was fast.
Sorry, I was trying to put Hank to sleep and I heard your message come in, and now that I know you're okay, I'm feeling a little bit ridiculous right now. Glad you're back on the grid, whatever that means. I love you. Catch up soon.
Okay. You know what back on the grid means. Like, come on. It's not impossible to figure out. Anyway, let's see if where we're headed is in this place with the flashing grappling hook line. I don't fucking know. Well, there's another spot to put a thermal thing in here at least. So, okay. Oh, and something we didn't pick up before? Specialized component that we didn't pick up before. I don't remember that being here. Okay. Yeah, hey. I'm not gonna sneeze at it. One last thing that we gotta visit Gale for, you know? Not really what I wanted, but I'll live. Sure. Great. We've done it again. We're gonna be so full of T energy. Full of that sweet tang. As our fucking gauge always puts it. Alright. Well, not fruitful in the way that we were hoping, but fruitful all the same. We're making discoveries. This still should have been the middle portion of the game. Yeah, we can really get that up there, huh? Apparently 400 some meters. That's where Roman lives, so we'll save that for a few moments from now. Still can't hit those. They are protected. Now, if I remember right, there were magnetic spots up here. We were over there. I don't think there's a magnetic thing there. I don't see any of those little fucking hook marks, but there is something up there. Is it just... yeah. Okay. It may just be that I missed it before. Oh, a text log. Well, good thing we came back. These are valuable. J. Johansson, no regrets. Almost. Poorly planned, poorly conceived, undermanned, too tight a schedule, and on top of it all, this damn planet is out to stop us every step of the way. This satellite dish is going to kill me. Why does Nevik want to start a colony here of all places? The first thing we installed was a lightning rod. The storms are frequent and intense. Well, they weren't when we got here, but they certainly have become that way, haven't they? Pi, what do you think about storms? That's okay, you take the time to consider. He's got tons to say one moment, but you ask him a direct question. Uh-huh.
Later.
Back to what later? Jim, we're doing this now. You don't get a say in the matter. I'm driving.
Warning. Docking procedure in progress.
This fucking fool. Pi, he is a fool. Nice. Alright. And so, let's see. I remember several magnetic anchor spots here. We'll find out if any of them lead to what it is we want them to lead to. As Jim does his weird crab walk through a place where he could probably stand up pretty straight. You make no sense, Jim. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I want the big one. That's the one that I want. There we go. Yeah, what are you about? Sir? Okay. Well, he's broken. I think he, leaped outside of his range there. Looks like it. I'll take it. I'm not above the easy one. I just want to learn about this one, which appears different. Okay. See? It's a Sawanka. That's different. That's not a Gunro. Okay. right, and now it's dead. Okay. And I believe that's where we're going? I think so. Yeah, this is definitely it. Don't think there's anything in there for right now. Yeah, pretty sure we grabbed that on our way through the first time. We did, though. We grabbed it on our way through the first time. Oh, you're right. I should grab the ammo, though. You're absolutely correct. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. I appreciate it. He's helping out. Okay, and then this is as far as we can go there. So I guess we are going to just take that elevator? As I just kind of keep trying to piece together where it is it actually wants me to go. We're crab walking. Because, yeah, it says power station, but there doesn't seem to be a clear route to the power station. We'll continue to poke around here for a moment. But who knows where that will or won't land us. Alright, elevator to get to the top. We don't have to reboot anything. We should just be able to... Alright, it actually will not allow me. I see. So I'm gonna say it ain't this. Hey, we accumulated some bits, though. We learned about a Sawanka. No, I just wanna... I don't want to open the locker. There we go.
System engaged.
The system's engaged. Alright, so let's see. There we go. If the way to the power station is this way. Because this is where Wayne said, ah, this is looking familiar. Okay, this will take us to Pickett's Folly, which we know the security station is near. It is. It's where it is, dude. Welcome to Shrug City, fam. Nothing I can do about where it is. Alright. Yeah, the map, please. So where the hell does that go? Is this a security station? Are we just already there? Kinda looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Well, we may as well, right? This is one of the stops that we wanted to make. To gather the artifacts to hand over to Suichi, because he's promised us great teachings. I want to be taught greatly. I'm extremely interested in teachings that are great. Alright. So... Yeah, that's what I thought. So this is going to happen now. I know everyone missed this. I did. There we are. Now we can bottleneck a little bit better. Because of course we do have those ones that just rush our cover. And Jim, he's not so adept at a punch-up. He's clumsy, he's slow. You'd figure he was unaccustomed to violence in general, but to say so outright would imply that he's, you know, somehow less of a man's man than he puts on. What the fuck was with that firing cycle? This gun... In fact, all the guns here are kinda buggy. I don't really... I'm not sure why or how it is that they managed to kind of like fuck up such simple concepts. These aren't like weird exotic weapons. They're fucking pretty garden variety as far as shooter tools are concerned. And it's not like Capcom has never designed, you know, like a game with some guns in it before. I'm not gonna say that, you know, like the gunplay in Resident Evil is fantastic, but it didn't include, say, an exploding crossbow that threatened to kill you if you missed a shot. And of course, to further specify, not even missing a shot that's too close and going off, but firing it way the fuck out there and getting hit by an explosion that was nowhere near you. I see you. Well, it just saved again, so maybe we're finally out of those. I see. And then we just drop right in there? Yeah. This is clearly who we're looking for. That's new. Yeah, but I'm trying to fucking... Yeah. Oh, that's right, I have to... I'm sorry, I have to hit P, the halberd weapon. Oh, is this my plasma gun? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Sick find, Jim.
I know this will never reach you, Suichi, but it deserves to be said. I regret nothing. What we had, I will carry with me to the next life. But had I left with you, even if we survived, I could never live with myself. Stefano is gone now, to a better place, and he died with a heart unbroken. Would that I could do the same.
Okay. Well, that's 2 down. Perhaps an old lost love. Yeah, Sylvia Herrera. Then just Pickett's Folly in general for Colonel Mason Pickett. We got Jiro. We're just missing Pickett himself. And how the fuck we get into the power station? So I don't think this is gonna take us back down. Oh, we can still V at this turret. These turrets that have the wildest firing arc. It's a big old cone, they don't hit nothing. Oh, there's more of them too. Sure, why the hell not? Let's see what else they got. We're V'ing at these machines that have long since gone unfeed. Somehow our repair tool, whatever the fuck it may be, is compatible. The water purifier, not so much. These, yes, absolutely. Looks like a place where you can get that. I heard something move. Are you something I can learn about? Hello, learning. Canisters. Ah, there you are. I thought so. Cool. Components. Energy. Looks like that's that. We're full on ammunition now. Another place to pick up that 3-burst bit that we've been fucking with. A lot of dead dudes. It's the armory. Explosives and live ammunition. You exercise extreme caution when entering. Failure could result in death. Alright. So that appears to be all we can go to in here. Alright, into Pickett's Folly. Wasn't there a spot that we walked out of the power station with the rig? Like, it shouldn't it have like a hangar or something? Maybe it is in this region. Maybe it's in the killing fields. We'll find out. The plot kind of teleporting us out here and throwing us in the directions that it did doesn't do much to build that internal map, does it? Or is that something? No, that's just where we fought the Tangant. What's more of those boys? That's where we just came from. Nah, I'm not interested in them. We'll head this way. Okay. And down into the thing we go. All boys for life still. I agree, Pi. They could have done a better job in directing us to these things, you know. Like, I'll press N, and it says my objective is to use the grappling hook, but it doesn't tell me where. After making such a big deal about pulsing the navigation beacons, you know, it seems strange that they would conduct themselves this way. Anyway, we weren't able to reach this before. Looks like a spot to put another post. Which, sure, I guess. Why the hell not? There also doesn't seem to be much of anything else going on here. Like, there's a structure that looks kind of like a hive, but nothing to pick up. And then whatever that is. Some kind of generator. Or maybe not. Maybe it's for whatever bridge was supposed to be there. Who fucking knows? It could be cable storage. You'd think that this piece of equipment here that I'm in would be GPS tagged. Like they would know where it's going and all of that. It wouldn't... I'm sorry? Oh. It wouldn't really be possible for me to just fuck off with it, but here we are. They'd notice that I'm spending an awful lot of time in a specific region and be like, hey, well, what's over there? What are you doing, bud? I hear more skittering. That may mean that a learn boy is here. Hello? Yeah, I hear it, I just don't see it. Doesn't appear to be like anywhere there. Maybe this is the angle. Where are you? Maybe down. Aha. Down it is. Okay, bye. Okay, or not. Yeah, there we go. It fucked off eventually. Let's see what else is here, shall we? Jim, we gotta stop standing on ghost ledges, man. That's twice now. Okay? You're making it a thing. Apparently nothing else is down here. Well, see you never, cavern. See you never. We found an awful lot of other things on this search, haven't we? Accomplished objectives we didn't mean to accomplish. Been places and done things we didn't mean to do. This is where Jim went to recover his rig, I think. So we should keep an eye out for Pickett himself or places we couldn't previously reach, like that one we were just in. Like that looks like stuff over there. Right? Let's go see. The rig apparently can't lift its legs high enough to get over this. And I'm also not allowed? I'm also not allowed. So if Pickett's over there, that's just where he lives right now. fuck me, Lost Planet 3. You know? Trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. Engage with some of its systems that are a little bit less, like, freshly apparent, I guess. You know, you got your plot that you can chase, and it's still not very good. What is that up there? We'll find out. Oh, my cockpit is locked. So maybe we won't. It's still locked. Is it? Okay. Alright, so let's walk this spot over here. Because this was prior to us getting our magnetic attachment. So who fucking knows, maybe it'll be tucked away somewhere. It ain't there. It's such a goofy animation. Not a swing or anything, you just kind of move. Yeah, this is, nothing over here. Just nothing. Maybe up over there? Maybe this? Maybe something? Anything here? Well, there's this whole fucking thing, perhaps. No, there's definitely something there. What is this? What are you? Oh, okay. Well, that time it worked. There was no UI. Oh, a specialized component. Not really what I was looking for, but I'll take it all the same. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's see what the map says at this point. Boy. Well, we've covered some ground. We have no indicator of anything that we're trying to do here. Let's see. So, it says it's in Pickett's Folly, not necessarily by that over there. I'm wondering what the fuck it wants, basically. Alright, well, so to Pickett's Folly, I guess. I guess. Pi, I am just guessing at this point. So Pickett's Folly should be the lava zone, right? It's the hot region. Oh, good. I'm glad that just dropped me. It's favorable. Well, listen, dude, I didn't make it do that, okay? And you know what? While we're here, let's fucking talk to these guys and at least snag a different weapon and maybe a couple of upgrades that they've got for sale. We're right here. And we're making an attempt at enjoying Lost Planet 3 the way, well, at least as close to the way as I would have liked the whole game to be. Let me fuck around and do stuff. Alright, we know the gun lady is in this hole. And the other dude who will trade DNA crap for upgrades to Jim is in the other hole. Give me the pig. And put a stock on that pig. We got a stocked pig. We could buy the repeater upgrade to that. I'm not going to, because I will never touch the explosive weapons in this game again, period. More ammo, sure. And we can now have 4 grenades. They told us it was impossible. It turned out not to be.
I'll have it stowed and waiting in your munitions locker.
Great, thanks. I'm going right there. The pig fires heavy metal rivets, a solid close quarters weapon, as opposed to the shotgun, which, well, we'll see how this works out. My secondary, I want the halberd. Yes, please. Grenades. We haven't purchased the disc grenades yet, but we will. So here's the pig. For an improvised weapon like this, you really do want a longer barrel to help stabilize your projectile and keep it kind of on the one path. This will also allow you to preserve pressure behind the rivet itself if you're looking to make it into a projectile. It will, dude. The same, well, similar physics is also why it is that pistols and rifles aren't really things that you can compare. A longer barrel means more room for the powder to burn. That propels the bullet, which is why it is that you don't so much get a fireball out the end of a whole lot of rifles. If you do, your barrel's too short, and what's happening is that powder is burning outside of the barrel and therefore not generating pressure to shove the round.
Albino Tarka DNA for me?
I sure fucking do, dude. We could reload faster, or we could save up 2 more to get better health regeneration, like literally double our health regeneration. Provide you with an aiming reticle while blind firing from cover. I don't really want any of these. I think we're just gonna save and try to make Jim as immortal as possible. Because, like, I don't really blind fire to begin with. Okay. We're in. And because this is the game that it is, we must now walk all the way over there. So it's just yo-yo fist, you know? Alright, but this is Pickett's Folly, yeah. Alright, so Pickett himself must be in here somewhere, right? He must be in the hot zone. And we're gonna find his corpse, and we're gonna bring back a souvenir to Suichi. Do you think it could be that easy? Do you think it could be right in there? Well, a thermal post is in there. I can tell you that much. And we can test out the pig. Yo, what up?
This is a terrible idea, but Pickett won't listen to me. Subterranean lava flows network this entire area. There's no knowing when a geothermal void collapse will flood this area with even more lava. I should have stayed with the rest of the scientists, but I burned my bridge to Soichi.
Okay, well, Pickett came in here, apparently. So we may be on the right path. There you go, Jim, from downtown. Well, we've completed an objective. gotten stuff splashed on us. Let's continue poking around these caverns until maybe we find Pickett himself. Perhaps. This whole place seems to be called Pickett's Folly, so that may make shit difficult, but we'll see. Up we go. Wasn't as easy as just the first thing we saw, but something happened. Don't exactly know what, but something. Alright, the only place we haven't been back over is this place, right? Where we fought the Tangant. This is the pig. That's what it do. Later, Kovac will have homing rounds for us for that. If I remember to talk to him. There's every possibility that I just won't, you know? Plasma gun, still good. Still just plain good. Really no going wrong with it. What is it? Oh, okay. There's a specialized component just sitting there. Who knew? Not I. Okay, so over there is where I'm going. Great. It's caved in. So it wasn't this. It may yet be this. Because now, I'm somewhere else. Looks like dog tags. Yep, okay. Suichi's old rival. It's important to maintain your relationship with your fucking anime rival. There we are.
Why didn't they come? In my whole career, I never left a man behind. It's a question of duty, of honor. And what's left for me now? They made a fool of me. I led good people to their doom. Nothing left to do with them. But I can do something. Consider this my resignation.
Okay, well, he left his resignation out here. The people who would have needed it. There we go.
Too smart for their own damn good.
Yeah, goddamn eggheads.
How hard is it to figure out if you're stuck on an ice planet, you set up where it's warmest? These doomsayers about long-term stability, it's bull. We only need to hold out long enough for Nevik to come back for us. In a couple of weeks, we'll be back in space, and Soichi's little group is gonna freeze to death.
If only. If only. It wasn't to be. Pickett truly was lost to his own folly. Okay, so it looks like our new secondary is just over here, back at it looks like a fuel depot, White Canyon Junction. 'Cause yeah. Okay. Does that actually change where it is? No, it doesn't. It doesn't change anything here. So the game lies when it says that you can select your own things. All right, well, we'll fast travel back to Corona Space. We'll park the rig. We'll start from familiar surroundings this next time. And then I believe we're just straight up out of side quests. We might be. Next week, we may get a bonus stream in on Sunday to just kind of try to wrap up gym. But if we don't, then next week we'll be on a gym break, a gymcation. As we do something that I think is genuinely well made. It may not have aged well, so it'll be, you know, a thing to revisit for me, and for you if you've visited before, and a thing for you to visit if you haven't ever seen it. Hangar, main deck. But it is season appropriate, and for my memory, it handles its scares, for lack of a better word. You know, I'm a bad judge of that, but it handles its scares much more deftly than, say, Dead Space or Resident Evil. And we'll do our best to not only showcase, but to talk about why I think that. Let's change spots here so that it actually saves our thing. There's a little icon. And alright, there we go. We'll send you here. We'll kill the noise. And, oh, hey, KTE. Sorry, man, I missed your thing earlier. The witch is consorting with her own kind. Oh, did you just show up? I'm sorry then, too. We're just wrapping up here. Yeah. Feel free to watch it back, or, you know, just fucking yell at me over Discord. But we're Jim. We'll probably be Jim again tomorrow as like a bonus stream, likely around, I don't know, our usual time, 7-ish. And you know, we'll fuck around. We'll stomp in our space truck. We'll go spelunking for the last memento that we need. Anyway, this is what I would consider the game at its most enjoyable to me. Jim has mostly shut the fuck up, and I'm free to do the thing that the game told me I was allowed to do. It's just that we're now running out of game, which is just fucking weird to me that it's structured that way. Anyway, I'll leave you guys to wander on your own for a bit. See ya.